Welcome to Cleared Hot, guys. Today we're going to be dropping some JSOWs out of the A-18 Hornet. They are really simple to use as long as you've got the targeting pod on there. We're only going to use the target of opportunity mode today, run through that, and in another video I can show you the pre-planned mode. Today we're going to go through some key bindings, just a couple of quick ones because they are pretty essential, and then we'll run through how to release them. Let's get into it. You're going to need two main switches. You're going to need your sensor control switch, left and right. You don't really need the other ones, but I've got them on a four-way switch. What that allows you to do is select your left and right DDIs. So we're going to need those two, definitely. Once you have your DDIs selected, you want to be able to slew your targeting pod around. So that's going to be your throttle designator controller. So that's left, right, up, down is going to be your slewing. Now you also need to have bound the D press for that, because that's what allows you to actually click on a target and select it once you've found it with the targeting pod. So other than that, the cage uncage button, that allows you to reset it and start again. Other than that, that's it. So let's get into it. Right, so first thing we need to do is we need to set up the missiles. So what we need to do over here, air to ground mode, and you should see your JSOWs. Now depending on where you are, it's in the stores page. Click on the JSOWs, it's showing the C variant that we're using, Charlie variant. Now once you click on it, it will start doing a countdown. Now for memory, it's 1.5 minutes that it needs to do its alignment. Now to set it up, that's in pre-planned mode at the moment. We want target of opportunity. So once that's selected, click on the E fuse, we want instant. Now that is all you need to do to set that up. Now this is currently selecting on this one by this box here. If you want to select different ones for different missions, you can click the step button and then you can set it up doing the same thing, target of opportunity, instant, and that's it. So that just selects the two different ones that I have selected depending on your loadout. Now once that's done, let's see if we can find something to shoot at. Now in front of me, hopefully can't see it because of that sun, because how awesome is that? We need to set up the FLIR to be able to look for something. So I've already got it selected forward, but depending on if you're setting up on the ground, getting your alignments, I generally like to flick that on at the same time. And what it's going to do is when you select it on here, mine's already up and running, but it'll say not timed out, and you'll have to let it do its little cooldown. Once that's done, it will automatically pop up with this screen of showing what's in front of you. So once all that's up and running, we can't slew it around yet. So what we need to do is select the right DDI as sensor of interest. Now by doing that, you'll have a little diamond up in this little corner here, and it will show that you have this one active. So to do that, you press your sensor control switch to the right and you'll see it come up there. Now that that's selected, you can use the throttle designator and it will move around. And that's your slewing. Now, there's a few things that we can have a look at on this screen. So we have this button up here which is saying wide at the moment because it means we're in wide view. Now if we want to change to see what's inside this box here, you click that and that is now showing what's inside of that box. If you click it again, it'll come back out. So that's wide and narrow view, field of view. We also have zoom, so we can zoom right in here depending on what you're looking at. So also we have visual changes down here, so we can change this into a different TV mode. And we also have white hot and black hot, depending on what land or sea or what day night. This will depend on what you use. So given that, let's see if I can find these targets. Now I have some fuel storage tanks out here, which I'm hoping is that. There they are. A couple of them. Let's just go smack bang in the center of it. So once you've found something with your targeting pod, you want to be able to select it. Now I like to use point track mode. So if you press the sensor control switch to the right again that you use to select the right DDI, it now goes into point track mode, and you would notice that there's a little box here. That means it's in point track mode. So you can still slow it around, it'll just reacquire once you've stopped moving. Now once you've done that and you want to actually select it and designate it, you press the depress button. So once you've pressed the depress button, it should come up on your HUD. So you can see now that I have something selected. It's down here. That's where the tracking is going to, and it's giving us our information here. So we've got 2 minutes to we're in range. It's giving us 26 miles to target. We're using the JSOW C variant, and we're in target of opportunity mode. So what I'm going to do now, timer should be all ready. Click that into the arm, and you can see here it says ready, which means we are all ready to go. So all we need to do now is wait for the timer to count down. I'll speed up a little bit here so the timer counts down a bit quicker. Now once this timer gets down to 0, it's going to say in range. Now I always leave it a little bit after it comes within range, just for a bit of a barrier. Also, depending on your altitude will depend on how far out you can launch these from. Now because I'm only at 15,000 feet, my range is going to be about 20 miles. You can see there 20 miles now. It will vary. So I'm just going to let it count down a little bit longer just to be safe, make sure it's tracking properly. So currently we can release this. So what we're going to do, 17 miles is good enough, so 1 away. There it goes. So we launched this at 17 miles at 15,000 feet. So depending on your altitude will depend on how far you can get these to go out. Higher up you go, faster you go, the better range you're going to get. So it's currently tracking the fuel stores on the edge of the coast there. Now these have these little winglets on them which give them their range. Now I do believe that there is an alpha variant which is the cluster munition. I'd have to double check, I do believe it is. Now it's currently tracking. There it is, on target. Very precise. Now if we zoom back out on our FLIR here. Oops, we've gone past it. So we can come back around. Where is it? There it is. Good hit. So that's it. That's really easy munitions. There's not much to them, but they are very effective. Most targeting of munitions works the same way with the FLIR. The only difference will be is how you set up your munitions. So the JSOWs are really easy. Target of opportunity mode and click the fuse to instant. And then all you have to do is designate something and away it goes. We'll just come back around on this again. There it is there. Let's change our mode here. And there it is.